NFL quarterbacks, college quarterbacks, and even high school quarterbacks are only as good as the team around them. Big part of that is the O-line, but a huge part of that is also receivers. Today, I'm going to talk about how to get receivers open and teach you a trick that you need to know. That's coming up right now. Hey everybody, Mike Pulaski here, Elite Athletes TV, and this is the quarterback training session. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell so you get notified when new stuff comes out. Also, we'd love a thumbs up. If you have any questions, write them in the comments section down below. If you love playing quarterback, write it in the comments section. If you love coaching quarterbacks or if you just love the game of football, please give us a thumbs up and give me a comment. If we get some great questions, I'll make a video for you. Today I'm going to talk to you about a noun that's become a verb. And how does a noun become a verb? Well, you either give it to the military or you give it to coaches. And they change that word around to fit what they're trying to do with it. Wide receivers have to find a way to get open. And so many times, coaches are guilty of drawing up plays where we just draw straight lines. This guy's going to go straight here and get open, sit down, run the out, run the corner, whatever. And so on paper, it's all straight lines. But in reality, when receivers play the game, being aware of the field, your surroundings, who has your coverage, who you're trying to affect, are all really important tools. Today, I was trying to work with high school quarterbacks, and I was trying to explain to them how you use what's called your route stem to get open. How did it become a verb? Well, coaches say you have to stem him. Well, by stem, you're using the base, the first part, it's as simple as it sounds, the beginning of the route to set the DB up so that he doesn't know which direction you're going to cut. You're also using it to create space for you on the field. I'm going to go over it today. I'm going to draw it up from my NFL playbook. I'm going to show you a play to give you an exact idea of what a route stem is. And then I've got a bunch of college film that we're going to look at so that we can break down route stems, how to use them, how they're effective, and how to understand what you're trying to affect in the game. We're going to kick it off right now with my NFL playbook, and I'm going to show you what a route stem is all about. So, first off, what is a route stem? Well, as I explained, it's the beginning section of a route. It's how a receiver gets open. We're looking at play 61 Dover here. Dover stands for deep over. This is out of my Tampa Bay playbook from my rookie year in the NFL. And so the stem I wanted to show you here is because it has an attachment to it. Here is the route stem on the Dover. So initially, you see you can come up at 10 yards, break it in, get vertical for the last two steps, and then break it across. That is the standard stem on that route. But if you get cover two, so if a corner rolls up down here, you can also now use what Sam calls a dog stem. And so that's like a dog leg. Bringing that down and in, he's calling a dog leg. The reason that you do that is because the person you're trying to affect with this route or get on in cover two is the safety over the top. So if you try to run through this corner and he jams you up because he's not allowing the inside release, now you're wasted in this route. It needs to time out with the deep center field post with something coming over the middle so that you can hit this route somewhere 2 to 4 yards inside the numbers. So that is what a route stem is all about. You use it to find open space to affect somebody. What I tell young receivers all the time is you want to use your route stem to attack technique. So if a corner is going to play you hard shut down here and you're trying to affect the safety, you need to get inside now, go with the easy release, and get vertical so that you affect that player. If you are running this route on the corner, you may stay up higher in a cover one look, cover three. You may stay up higher so that you can keep him wider before you break it in and get vertical. Again, the important part of this stem as well, if you do get that cover one look, as you get vertical, you'll see here the last two steps are literally vertical. If you allow a corner to play you man and chase you down like this as you break, his momentum's already going this way. But if you turn him vertical, now that corner has to turn upfield and then try to break in to follow you. It's much harder for a corner to try to follow you across the field. So that's a look at what a route stem is. Now let's take a look at a couple different college clips and I'll explain some of the routes that are going on, some stems that work, some stems that don't. You'll see receivers that are impatient, which is usually why they don't run a good stem on their route, or they haven't been trained to run them properly. But I'll show you some good ones, some great ones, and then a couple of bad ones as well, so you get a good idea. All right, we're going to start with USC. USC always has incredibly talented wide receivers. This year, the star of the group was Michael Pittman Jr., ended up being a second-round pick overall. Incredibly talented, very athletic, a good football player, and that's him right there. So, but they also have a fantastic young player, a true freshman by the name of Drake London. This is him. This guy is a good football player. You're going to be hearing a lot about him in the next couple of years. I'm going to show you this play first. What they're running is a 3 vertical concept, but they're trying to work 2 guys here to the near boundary. You're going to see one receiver run an out and go, out and up, and then Drake London heading to the middle of the field. What they're trying to do is affect this safety. You can see as you look at this video clip, right now Cal looks like they're in 2 high. Middle of field open here. And so these 2 guys, 1 and 2, are trying to affect this safety with their route. I'll run it through one time, and you can watch it play. And then I'll explain the route stem and how I would change it here. See, out and up, 2 vertical, they get the safety towards the middle, and they get away with one. So why do I say that? Well, SC's starting off in a bunch look here. You can see very tight to the line of scrimmage. And so you have a bunch of room out here on the sideline. Cal playing that cover 2 look, right? 2 safeties deep, but quarterbacks hanging high and off. There's plenty of opportunity to create space. Amon-Ra St. Brown at this receiver position has the opportunity to push and leverage outside against Cam Bynum, and then that way when he turns out, Bynum will have to turn his hips or square his feet. When he gets vertical instead, Cam Bynum can kind of just hover on the outside, knowing that he has safety help on the inside. So he's not forcing Cam Bynum's technique in any way here. Let's take a look real quick. Ball snap, and right here you can see St. Brown is getting vertical, and what he's actually doing is pulling the corner more to the middle of the field. Drake London's doing a really nice job of just trying to get through this zone as fast as possible. He's trying to affect this guy and get movement this way, or if the safety stays home, he becomes the big pop. If Amon-Ra St. Brown were to get more outside leverage or to stem this corner to the outside, when he makes that break, he would force those feet to square and give himself a whole bunch of space outside for the quarterback to work with. Instead, he gets pure vertical on the route, and I'll run it in slow motion here. And because the corner is already out there and he hasn't really affected him, so now as Amon-Ra breaks out, he only takes a couple steps and doesn't even really sell the out route. He just takes a little bender, and now he's going to get vertical. He's literally right inside on the hash. London doing a nice job getting through that middle, affecting that safety, getting him to turn his shoulders and head that way. But had Amon-Ra St. Brown really forced this to the outside, he would leave all this room inside for him to work that route. Kedon Slovis, the quarterback for USC here, just heaves one up. Seeing that safety affected like he is, he throws it out there and actually gets away with one here because he puts that ball high on an arc and allows the safety time to come back. The problem for Cal is safety overruns it. He heads vertical instead of coming flat to play the ball. If he plays the ball, he probably gets an interception, at least gets a big hit here. But instead, because he played it vertical, SC comes away with one. Which is funny because he's going to feel great about that, but I guarantee coaches told him to widen on his route. There's a look from the end zone. See, what I'm talking about here is you're going to get Drake London, who's going to come straight through the middle, again, trying to affect this safety. Amon-Ra St. Brown is literally going to come straight up this hash, and so he doesn't take away any of the field. He should give himself field by working his route stem, but he doesn't do it. Still makes a great play, makes a great catch, and it's going to be big stats in the book. And Slovis just puts one out there, takes him back towards the safety with the ball because he didn't leave him a lot of room to throw to. It worked out for him, but that is not the perfect route stem. Now, very simple. Stanford's running the West Coast style offense. Sometimes understanding what you're trying to do with your stem is the most important. In this case, they have Colby Parkinson at this hybrid receiver / tight end position. And so big, athletic dude, 6'7", like 245, can move. In this case, he's going to run what's called a yogi or a Y option. And he has a backer sitting on top of him to start. Normally you would option off of a backer, but you're going to see at the snap that the backer flies out and that the middle linebacker, Evan Weaver, doesn't get full depth. He's trying to read quarterback eyes. And so Parkinson, rather than chasing outside or trying to get leverage on that linebacker, trying to force that linebacker, he sees the opening in the zone and he just sits and turns to the outside where he has space. Quick sit down, understanding spacing, understanding where your route is going to take you. Show you one time. It's kind of a do nothing thing, but it's important to understand. Watch with his first step as he widens a little bit because the backer's about to leave, and then he gets vertical and then just turns and sits. First step widen. Nope, nobody there. Turn and sit. Gets the yogi, falls forward, and gets close to the first down. Just a smart play by the veteran player. Good look at it from the end zone here. You're going to see Parkinson take that initial step, but then get vertical and just sit down in the hole. This is a do-nothing stem for him. He starts by trying to attack leverage in that Cam Good is sitting over the top of him, but when he sees that he vacates the area, he just finds a hole to sit in. Sits right down, and again, almost moves the sticks. Now let's take a look at a stem that doesn't work so well. This is Cal on offense, and they are running an out and corner concept here. So it's a two-layer, high-low vertical read on the sideline. Stanford locked in, playing man here, playing man on the backside, on this back, and then free safety in the middle, so middle of field closed. But you understand that you've got straight man, so you have to beat the guy playing over the top of you. This is when a route stem, off man, is when route stems are truly, truly important for wide receivers to attack techniques. If I'm running the out route down on the bottom, I'm going to attack his inside technique, try to get him to backpedal, then get vertical as I break to the outside. If I'm running the corner route and I have an inside player over me, I'm going to try to attack his inside leverage, get him to push and backpedal inside, and then get vertical to save myself some space, and then come out on that corner, give your quarterback somewhere to go with the football. I'll run it for you in slow motion here. So on the snap, you should be attacking that leverage as a receiver, but you can see Cal's receiver that time did not. Instead, the way he ran this route, he essentially ran it to get covered. He should be attacking this inside leverage, get him to weave, but because he starts outside, he really drags the DB into coverage on him. And then as he widens here, he allows that DB to get hip to hip with him and force him to flatten his route. As you do that, you're taking away space for your quarterback to throw the football, and you're taking away your ability to get vertical. If you run this at him and then get vertical, now he has to honor either the hole shot, the seam route, or the corner. It's a three-way go. Again, one time in slow-mo. Right there, as he gets wide, he's allowing that corner to cover him. It's not very good technique, and it's no way to get open. I'll show you the top of it again. See, the DB can just stay right in his hip pocket. And as a result, quarterback has to go to the out route and can't get that ball in there. I talked about Michael Pittman before. He's an absolute stud for USC. This time, he is up at the top of the screen. He's going to be running a post corner route. And so with man coverage, you see guys stacked on top, definitely in man position, definitely in man position, definitely in man position, and trying to give himself a second level here to play man, single high safety. So with man, he should be really using his stem to sell this route. I'll run it through for you one time. I'll show you what he does. As you see, the DB starts to back off, starts to backpedal and give him space. Ideally, on this corner route, he should now push at his technique, really bring him into the middle, break him across the middle, push him in the middle, get vertical, break him to the middle, get that DB to commit, and then come back out on a high angle on his stem. Instead, he tries to do a double stick move on a corner route. Doesn't really ever sell it, but he gets away with it again. Stick, stick. The corner came inside, but he could have cleared a lot more space. That, for a quarterback, is not a lot of room. DB is still in the hip, and quarterback's got to be throwing the ball right now. So that is not a lot of place to put that football. You're still pretty covered, and since you're taking that high angle, the DB can just kind of ride on your hip. Had he taken that inside leverage, really broke it across that DB's face, forced him to come inside, and then come back out high, he would have created a lot more space and made it a lot more comfortable for his quarterback to throw this football. You see that DB is still right in that hip. Slovis knows that he's got an All-American in Pittman, so he's going to throw this ball anyway. And they get lucky because the DB right there in coverage. Look, he is right on Pittman's feet, and he ends up tripping and falling down. See it in slow-mo. Just got away with one. Ball hangs up in the air forever, and Pittman's actually able to make the catch. But again, if he uses a better route stem, he gets open a lot easier, creates space for his quarterback. As quarterbacks, we have to throw good balls, not lead guys into coverage. As receivers, you have to run good routes and create open space and clear reads for a quarterback. Now, I love this route stem, because this is a player understanding who he's trying to affect and what he is trying to do. Okay, you're going to see Cal running a backside route here where they're going to bring short motion, and he's going to run the underneath drag. This tight end is going to use a great route stem. He's going to go attack the outside player and then get vertical and then run his over. This is understanding what you're trying to do to affect the play. He's trying to create a comeback route on the backside where the quarterback can choose a high-low between those two players. If he tries to run up now and get on top, now they're right on top of each other, and one linebacker can cover them both. But because he's smart, because he widens his route, stems the outside player, and comes across, he leaves himself a huge hole inside. Let's take a look and watch this stem. I'm going to get to that start position here. So the DB is coming down with the receiver as he comes down into motion. The tight end, watch his first three steps, they head out at leverage. He's attacking technique. Then he gets fully vertical. So after attacking technique, getting vertical, he forces that corner to widen to keep it inside. and then he breaks it off. As this comes underneath shallow, now you have a true high-low on those guys. Attack it outside and create space. Both dudes are open. Garbers chooses the underneath route. That's an easy one. Good throw, good catch. And watch how clean this comes for the quarterback from the pocket. Nothing there. Come backside. Pops into your vision. Makes it easy. And like I said, the under route and the over with the tight end were both there. Now, it worked so well before that Cal comes back with the same exact play design on the backside. You're going to see receiver running the shallow, tight end again getting width, getting vertical, and getting open because he runs a great route stem. I'll run it for you here in slow-mo. Again, watch the tight end widen off the line of scrimmage. Going to get width, vertical, and cross. Now it puts this guy in a bind because you have spacing both front and back, and you have spacing in to out for him to work with. When this shallow crosses in front of that linebacker, it draws his attention and brings him in. Look at all the space that you have here. If he runs that just vertically, now he's right in behind this linebacker. But because he got that initial stem, got vertical, and got across, he created open space for the quarterback to throw that ball into. As a quarterback, you love this kind of play from your guys, understanding what their part is in the route. Garber sees it, lines up, throws a catchable ball, and Reinwald makes a great diving catch. I'll just let you look at it live one time here. Reinwald gets width, and look at all that open space it creates. Again, let's go back and think about what the play is designed to do. With a shallow cross coming underneath, and the tight end getting width, vertical, and then coming across, is designed to go high-low 2-on-1 off of that linebacker. When he gets influenced by this shallow crosser, his eyes go in here, and he runs across with it. Now, this width coming out creates a huge open lane for the quarterback and makes it easy pitch and catch. Let you see it from the quarterback perspective here. Right now, Garbers is reading front side, so his eyes are over here. But he has this backside spacing concept going on with the high-low, and his guys are running it to perfection. He comes back and he gets his eyes in the middle here. He sees this backer chasing. He knows he's going to have all of that space to work with his tight end. That's a really nice feeling as a quarterback. Okay, I know if this guy's running, then I've got this coming off the backside, and if my guy did his job, he's going to be open for me coming out of it. And he sees it, comes off of it. Nope, not there. Third read, throw a catchable ball, and your guy makes a play. So that's just a couple plays and a couple of different stem concepts. Again, a receiver should be using his stem, whether it's a dogleg stem down and in, whether it's digging a guy out to run the out route, whether it's getting vertical so you can create more space on the corner. Figure out how you're trying to affect the play and use your stem to benefit the offense, benefit your quarterback, and to get yourself open. That's what a stem's all about. Give us a thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell so you get the updates. I love talking football with you guys, and if you have any questions, please write them in the comments down below. Or if you understand what a route stem is now, please write it in the comment down below. I appreciate you guys watching. Remember, whether it's an NFL quarterback or a college quarterback, receivers make a huge difference. Run your route stems and get open and help your guy out.